Hello, Dola.
Hello.
Hello. How's the hip?
Yo. That's painful, that's good.
Yes, it's been a painful weekend.
Yeah, it's been fun actually.
It's been fun but painful because you fell a lot and the Springboks lost by a point.
I know.
Everybody wants to blame Marnie. Well, I wanted to blame Marnie. And my mom actually said, oh, well, there's a bit more to it than that. And you actually said you'd give him another chance and stuff like that. Maybe I just reacted exactly like a man. Because two females told me...
I could do a better job.
My mom and you told
if
me...
it was me, I...
Yeah, it's not Marnie's fault, is it? However, at that level, you should be kicking those goals. But I'm not Marnie Lebock. I'm not a Springbok rugby player.
I've experienced that pressure.
Yes, I've never experienced it. I am disappointed.
Like knowing that that's your shot now to kick, miss or get it right.
That's it, right? Because he's been under so much pressure now, you know, it's like you can say your name because you kick it, the newspapers tomorrow, Marnie, our hero.
Correct.
You miss it, Marnie, the villain.
And then you have to, during that full-on focus on kicking the ball, I'm pretty sure right at the end, his toe decides, no.
One small little, a centimeter here.
A little second of doubt, gone.
A centimeter here is like
yes,
5 meters there, right? Anyway, look at us. Bible study tonight. It's Sunday night here in Thailand. New week. Perhaps it's either 2 weeks or 1 week left before holiday. I'm not sure what our schools are going to do about us, but either way, see it through, and then it's holiday time. Today, so it's a big one. It's Romans 8, verse 19 to 21. It's another long one. It's a bit deep. There's some big words in there, but we'll see how we can tackle it. No pun intended. Are you ready?
Yeah, go.
Okay, Romans 8, verse 19 to 21. Yes, creation itself is on tiptoe with expectation, eagerly awaiting the moment when God's children will be revealed. Creation, you see, was subjected to pointless futility, not of its own volition, but because of the one who placed it in his subjection. Sorry, let me start that again. Creation, you see, was subjected to pointless futility, not of its own volition, but because of the one who placed it in this subjection, in the hope that creation itself would be freed from its slavery to decay, to enjoy the freedom that comes when God's children are glorified. Do you know what that means?
No, I think you should tell me.
I think at the start there it says, yes, creation itself is on the tiptoe with expectation, eagerly awaiting the moment when God's children will be glorified. If we take it word by word, right? That first part says, yes, creation itself is on the tiptoe with expectation. That means creation, God is creation. It means God, the world, the universe is anticipating the moment that we ascend to heaven.
Yes.
Right? Something along those lines. The moment we realize inside ourselves, all of us together, what greatness we were designed for, what greatness we were created for, and
we're waiting for it.
Yeah, when we will be revealed, but it's almost when we will be revealed to ourselves. We know that the path to enlightenment is within us, heaven is within us, God is within us, we are created in His image. That means we should just be revealed already, like get on with it.
Yeah.
Because it says, yes, creation itself is on its tiptoe. We know the Bible is old. These words were written a long time ago, so get on with it.
Yes.
It's waiting for you to realize your full potential.
Yes. Upgrade, move on.
Yes.
Take a step forward, take a leap of faith.
Take a leap of faith, step into the unknown.
Upgrade your life, let's go.
Yeah, so we're on the same page on that first part, right? Second part, however, tells us who we are right now. The first part tells us what we should strive to be, I think. It tells us creation is waiting for us to realize our full potential. The second part tells us where we are at and why we are here, I think. It says, creation, you see, was subjected to pointless futility. Now that part We looked it up, didn't we? That's English will teach us. That's a redundancy. That's saying the same thing twice. Pointless, futility is the same thing. It means the same. It's a synonym of each other. The term that we found was
tautology.
Tautology. Tautology. So the Bible uses tautology there, but in English we know that's a redundancy. When we're using the same word twice, pointless, futility are synonyms of each other. And I mean, we are subjected to pointless futility. That kind of brings me to that thing where people go, but why? It's always but why. We have been subjected to but why. We have been subjected to being exposed to a lower level of thinking, a lower level of living, and we have to get through it. We've seen how to get through it, but this is explaining. This is where we're at. This is where all of us are at. This is where I've been way lower than I am now. I know I can feel this because I know what pointless futility feels like. I know what it feels like to live with the blinkers on, fully closed, almost like this, only seeing that much when there's so much more to see. Pointless futility, right? Not of its own volition, not by your own choice. Volition means your own choice, right? You didn't decide this, but because of the one who placed it in the subjection. We got placed here. And that says again, people go, oh, but what about floods? What about volcanoes? What about earthquakes? That says to me, you got placed into pointless futility, not because you chose it, but because God wants to see, can you rise above it? Can you lift yourself up? Can you glorify His name when things are crappy? Can you do it when things are good? Can you do it when things are in the middle? Can you do it when your life's a 2 out of 10? Can you do it when your life's a 10 out of 10? And can you do it when your life's a 6 out of 10?
Correct.
And then it gives hope. In the hope that creation itself would be freed from its slavery to decay. Slavery to decay means you are a slave to dying. You're a slave. That to me,
death is inevitable.
Death is inevitable, but that means more to me. Slavery to decay. It means how we become slaves to the things that kill us. For me, especially as having gone to rehab, having had issues with drugs and dependency issues, slavery to decay means so much more. Such a powerful thing, right? It sounds like some emo band would.
Like a lyric.
Yeah, because they all know how bad it is, but we don't confront it. We'd rather.
You're not strong enough to confront it, or you just don't want to.
We don't want to face it, right?
Wow, awesome, yeah.
In the hope that creation itself would be freed from its slavery to decay. We got placed in the toughness in the hope that we can rise above it, that we can fight our way through with the help of God. When we reach out for Him, we can achieve what He had in mind for us all the time. He had in mind that we will be revealed to ourselves that we are the children of God. Our brain will finally click into gear. I am a child of God. I get to break free from this pointless futility. I get to choose now, because I didn't get to choose this pointless futility, but I get to choose to leave this nonsense behind. And enjoy the freedom that comes when God's children are glorified. What do you think about that? Should I read the brainy tip in the meantime while you write that down? Brainy tip. The mind is powerful. Thoughts are the roots of words and actions, which can change the world for good or ill. We live in an entangled world, so that we think, feel, and choose affects the whole of creation. We bear the image of God, so we are responsible for how we steward that image. We are responsible for how we use the power of choice He has given us. When we sin, which essentially means missing the mark target of being human, we do not use His image wisely, and our toxic choices bring slavery and decay to the world. Life is subjected to pointless futility because we have given up the glory of our Creator. When we choose to follow the Messiah, however, thinking with his mind and embracing a lifestyle of love, we reflect God's glory back into the world. Indeed, creation is eagerly awaiting the moment when we finally get our act together and start acting as human beings ought to act, as wise, glory-bearing stewards. It is therefore imperative that we change the way we think in order that we may be truly, wonderfully human. What do you think? What do you
No, it's like something I felt. It's like realize that you're a child of God, and once you do, walk in faith and embrace and praise the gifts that you receive from the heavens. Gifts such as love, patience, compassion, joy, freedom, creation, and having fun in His garden.
So you just said exactly what she said before I read it. Yeah, brilliant. Yes, the same thing, but you wrote it down. When we choose to follow the Messiah, your first verse.
Realize that you're a child of God.
Yes, so choosing to follow the Messiah. Then you wrote down, we reflect God's glory. What did you say? What happens?
So then once you do walk in faith and embrace the praise and gifts, and praise the gifts that you receive from the heavens.
Embracing a lifestyle of love, reflecting God's glory back into the world.
Gifts such as love, patience, compassion, joy, freedom, creation, and having fun.
Being
in His
human.
garden.
Being a good human. The God on earth. Being a good human on earth. Yeah, remember when we talked about
Then, yes, you are going to eagerly await the moment when God's children will be revealed. Isn't going to heaven.
I love that being a good human thing, because we can't say being a good Christian.
No, that's a little bit hard.
That's,
I think
you
people
can't say
take
that.
it above
People
the
think I'm a better Christian, but you can say being a good human.
Yes,
I think you can say that,
yes.
because I think there's different levels of human. P. Diddy isn't a good human. I'm not judging him. I'm not saying he's beyond saving, but I'm saying he's not the best human to have ever lived, is he?
No.
So, but if we then bring into Christianity, there's more to it than that.
Yes.
But I mean, from a psychological perspective, from a human perspective, be a good human.
Yes.
Do some good stuff while you're here,
Yeah.
because you'll have to leave some good stuff behind for the next generations.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyway, I think
Well,
all
what
we,
better gifts to give though is love and sharing and kindness and be giving those gifts to other people so they can feel what it's like.
So what does that tell us? That tells us that Romans 8:19-21 tells us, it for me anyway, it gives me some inkling about why we go through trials and tribulations. The fact that, remember when Jordan Peterson said, like, you know, they always say that stuff, that you should be capable of violence but not do violence. You should be able to do very bad things, but you should be a monster but learn to control it, right?
Yes.
This is almost the same thing. It shows you that, hey, you're going to have some tough times, but if you can have faith in me, walk with me, we're going to get through those tough times. And that's the same principle, isn't it? There's a duality there that's on you as well.
Yeah.
The duality of controlling your own thoughts and actions is on you.
Yeah.
You can ask God for the strength, but you can't actually ask Him to do it for you.
Yeah, you have to carry your own cross.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. But you're right there.
It's like, how are you going to use the gifts of God you receive? Are you going to use it in a good or bad way? Yeah.
What are you going to do
How are
about
you
it?
going to use it? How are you going to be responsible in using them? Because we all got it. We all got love inside of us. We all got joy. We all got patience. We all got peace.
Every
But
single
some of them don't. Some people just don't realize it, or they're too stubborn to actually acknowledge that you have it in you. Yes, you are capable of love. It's in you. It's been born within you.
Yeah.
You are a child of God. Stop denying it.
Yeah, stop denying it.
Just walk in faith. That's all it is.
It's so simple and so hard at the same time.
Yes.
Because it's humbling. You have to get off your high horse.
Yeah.
You have to admit.
See the bigger picture.
You have to admit, I am not the big I am. I don't know everything.
No, you don't.
I'm not above any other man on the planet.
No.
Yeah, it's such a powerful thing. At the same time, it's such a humbling thing. It's like, hey, don't mess with me. I'm a child of God. I'm a child of God. How can I help you?
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean?
Like the one that we listened on Hillsong in Africa. It was like, I am a child of God. I have authority here. Do not make me feel uncomfortable because you have no place here.
Yeah.
You know, this is where I belong. This is my purpose. This is what I believe to be true. This is what I believe I should be doing.
And then right after, Are you a child of God?
Yes,
Would you
yes,
like to be a
yes,
child of God
yes,
too?
yes.
Would you like that same
Would you
authority?
like to feel what I'm feeling?
Yes.
Would you like the peace in my heart? Would you
It's-
like the happiness? Would you like the constant joy? Would you like to be excited every day for the rest of your life for what's about to begin? Because every day is a new chapter, and like, how are you going to go about it with the gifts that you receive?
You know, earlier, it's so beautiful. This joy that you're talking about, the smiling, the happiness,
The dancing,
the dancing,
the
so
singing.
it reminded me of something. So I lost about, in the last 2 weeks, 20 followers now. 20 people who used to follow me when I took my clothes off more often than not. And back then, when they used to follow me, I was in mental institutions, rehab centers, all that, and they used to listen to the nonsense I said.
Yes, yes.
At that point in those mental hospitals, there were people who were unwell, needed a bit more help than I needed. They said very strange things, and at that point I was like, wow, am I really loony? Anyway, I a lot of friends and stuff who I don't speak to and maybe unfollowed me and stuff must think I've properly lost it right now. You know what I mean? They must think, wow, he's escaped. He's escaped from yeah. And it's just wild seeing all
I
this.
understand that.
You know what I mean? Because I've been in those places, and I promise you, I don't need those
What is
places.
he on now?
Yeah. So it's just wild. It's
Life.
and again, I shouldn't even think that yet, but I'm still human. I do think like that, especially when something.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's very funny. Anyway, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. What did you write down? Be a good human. That's perfect. So Romans 8:19 to 21 speaks about be a good human. It speaks about the intent with creation.
Yeah, knowing that you are a child of God, receiving the gifts from heaven, and
It's a great.
using them in a good way.
It's a great answer to these non-believers as well. Like, but if God is so good, why is the world so crappy? Well, it's only going to be good once you get through crappy.
Yeah.
You have to go through crappy to understand what good. That's what I meant with the Jordan Peterson thing. You have to understand violence to be peaceful.
Yes.
You have to stand and yes, there we go. You have to understand violence to be peaceful. You have to understand the crappiness of this world, the subjugation, the pointless futility of the world, to understand grace and the grace that you're going to get.
100%, yes.
Cool. So
You
there
have
it
to
is.
go through the trials and tribulations to be able to accept the blessings.
Yes. There we go. That's what it says in
Because
Romans.
only then, only after the trials and tribulations, you are able to receive grace and also accept the gifts, and then obviously you'll acknowledge them and use them in a better
Yes.
way. Yeah.
Yes.
But
That's
you
what.
can only experience that once you know the love of God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because God is
Love.
correct. Which ties into
1 John 4 verse 8.
yesterday's verse, boy!
We
1
started with
John 4, no, John, what?
1 John 4 verse 8.
Yes, 1 John 4.
Verse 8. God is love. Okay. Done. That was a goodie. If you're watching, leave a comment. Say something. If anybody likes this video, I'll double high five actually right now. Peace.